Hello and welcome back to the channel. So this video is part of the knife throwing for dummies series. Maybe I should call this chapter 1, but I'm not sure because this is gonna be a part of the ease of learning, but also target. So bear with me. Hopefully it's gonna make sense by the end of it. So for ease of learning, you need 3 things in harmony: a good target, the proper knife selection, and method, so the knife has to suit the method or the method suits the knife. Okay? Now, and if these 3 in harmony, it's really easy to learn. Now, if any experienced knife throwers watching this channel and they're gonna go like, oh yeah, target is not that important for them, of course not. Once you're past the initial learning curve, you should experience with other things, and the sky is the limit. But at the beginning or ease of learning, target selection is important. Okay? So with that in mind, the best targets, hands down, are either a log round or an end grain target. Okay, basically that's a cross section of a tree with the fibers facing us. Okay, now, and it should be out of soft wood, cotton wood, poplar, pine, something like that. Now with pine, be careful because some pines, especially the freshly cut pines, are full of sap, so your knife will be sticking. That's not necessarily the best choice, but processed pine, no problem with that. Okay. Now, so the both log rounds and end grains had a plus or minus. The positive on a log round, you just have to find one, cut it, hang it up. Negative of it, your size will be dictated by the tree it came from. End grain target, positive, you can make it as big as you want. Negative, you have to make it. Okay, so horses for courses. Now, some people will tell you that an end grain target or man-made, so end grain target, will not last as long as a log round, and it's quite possible. But for me, I'm mostly a no-spin thrower with up to a 300-gram implements. I don't have to make more than 3 targets, 3.5, if the year falls funny, but maybe 3 targets a year I have to make. So making a target every 4 months is not a big deal. It takes a weekend and it's done. Actually, with this particular construction method, it's even less. So I don't think it's a big investment into a hobby. Okay. Now, I advocate for soft wood as a target. It's not just because everybody whose opinion I value will tell you that use soft wood, but from experience, soft wood is much more forgiving for bad stick. So if you have a seriously under-rotated knife or a seriously over-rotated knife, or a knife arrives on an angle to the target, right, it still possibly stick. So at the beginning, while you're learning, by your brain is learning to interpret what your eyes see. So for example, later on you will see if the knife lands like this and falls, you will see that was under rotated. At the beginning you can't see this. At the beginning your brain needs to adjust to be able to process the information. So if you have actually a really bad stick, you actually can see, okay, what have I done wrong? Okay, I can adjust to fix it. So a softwood target is much more forgiving, gives you better feedback. Also, because with a higher stick rate, you have a better feel of success. Okay, yes, technique, all the rest of it will contribute to the learning and higher stick rate and all that. But if you always have to have a perfect arrival for a hardwood target, at the beginning you can't do that. So your stick rate is low and you're may feeling like, I'm never gonna be good enough. Of course you will be, it's just practice, okay? So bear that in mind when you're selecting a target. Now for those who actually say that I'm saying this because I can't stick anything into hardwood, on the channel somewhere along the line there's a video when I'm throwing unmodified screwdrivers into an MDF board. Okay, I can stick it. I can make them stick. It's just I choose to make my life easy and use softwood target. Okay, now that aside, target maintenance. Okay, before every throw, or if you are throwing outside and you're living in a hot environment, even during throw, wet your target. Okay, it doesn't have to be submerged in water, but a good, it takes me about 2 or 3 minutes with a nothing fancy. It's just an average garden sprayer or weed sprayer. Okay, it's not even a fancy one. Just a good go over, make the wood fiber moist. Okay, because when the wood fibers are moist, they move better, they don't split as easy. Okay, so as the knife penetrates the target, the fibers are a bit freer to move, and when you take out the knife, the hole that the knife left is slightly going to be closing up. So it's a little bit of self-healing. Okay, it's you will always see the holes. There's no target ever completely self-heals, but a better. So wetting your target before use and sometimes during, it will prolong its life or extend its life easily by a third, sometimes even more. Now, once you have a target, set it up that the center of the target is at your estimated release point. Okay, so if you're learning conventional rotation or overhead throwing, somewhere between mid-chest and mid-face, that's where the center of your target should be. If you're learning sidearm, set up your target in the center of your target in this plane. Okay, so when you're just learning to throw, you don't have to either aim up or aim down, which will help with your posture and also help with the relaxation of the release. You don't have to worry about the knife have to go on an incline or a decline. This will also help. Okay, now I have actually proven this theory over and over and over. If you look at my other videos, you will see that this is the area of when my targets wear out. Because if I'm not aiming, if I'm just playing, if I just want to work on the increase of stick rate, this is where mostly my implements land, in this corner. Okay, now there is a valid question. If I say center of the target should be here, why is my center here? Because I have a limited ceiling space. Okay, so this I will cover in the how to set up a range video. Okay, but this I have proven over and over to myself that when I was told that that's right, it is actually right. That's where the center should be. Now, the other important thing, if you're thinking about I want to do competition early in my throwing journey, then search up the competition rules and set up the center of the target in accordance with the competition rules. I can't remember, it's either 50 inch or 60 inch from the ground. Some have varying heights. Set it up like that and paint it according to the competition rules. So you get used to throwing at a certain level. Okay, this will help perform better in competition, but I will touch on how to prepare to a competition in a later video. Now, the next, you will hear the phrase aim small, miss small. So basically to paint small, or sorry, this is two ways to, or multiple ways to deal with the painting your target. Some people don't paint it at all, and I had a non-painted target for a long time because I just wanted to stick it in the wood. Now, some people will paint the competition line work with a solid bullseye. That's good too. I'm slightly against it if you're just doing a general hobby thing, because that means once you get good, you only wear out the center of the target, so it's like a constant repair. I like to use, I'm trying to use up my whole target, okay? Now, for a while I was pinning playing cards onto the target. Now, the problem what I see early in your throwing journey, if you stick something small on it and you keep aiming at it, you can get frustrated by you're not hitting it, okay, because your hit rate is very, very low because you're not good enough yet, okay? So it's really easy just to find two cracks or another crack. So even if the target unpainted, find something to look at. You look at this, you aim at this, okay, it hit here, that's okay. But you don't have that dissatisfaction of I'm not hitting constantly my playing card or my painted lines or whatever, okay? Keep that in mind when you're painting. Now, these are 100 mm circles, which in line with the silhouette throwing, which is my latest idea, but I'm going to talk about that later, okay? So, end grain, low ground, softwood. This is about covers what you need to know about target and target setup, or as a general target setup. As I said, I will cover the range setup in a different video. Awesome. Thanks for watching. Bye.